Hey everyone, and welcome to Prehistoric Kingdom. Welcome to the Lost World final tour. Yeah, this is the final view on my Alpha Park. So, as you guys know, there's no update coming anymore to the current state of the game. The next step is going to be the beta, the bigger one, and we are going to see a lot of improvements over there. The devlogs and stuff have been done. But today we are going to look at what I've created during the alpha stages of the game, and we are going to try to be as POV as possible for the guests. And we're going to start over here on the right hand side in our Microraptor area. So you can see there are some Microraptors in behind these hanging ropes and stuff. So this is kind of the Microraptor house. As you can see, there are some education boards right in front of us, and since we are a special guest, we can just have a little glimpse inside of the Microraptor house actually, so you guys have a bit of a better glimpse at these animals. So you can see they're sitting here on these trees. I obviously used the versions without the cage around it, and I built my own house here. So this is pretty much what you can see. Look at those animals. They look really cool, really fuzzy. Yeah, as you know, these small exhibits have the animals sit around here. They do fly around from one spot to the other eventually, so we do have a little bit of movement. We can actually see here. There you go. They have some flying animations going on. Some of them are sitting here eating some stuff from these feeders. And yeah, just in general, it's kind of cool, and I love the way how they did these small exhibits. So this is what you've seen over here, and now we go to the center of the, excuse me, to the center of our area, while a Nasutoceratops is, for whatever reason, joining us, having a little chill over here. Mate, this is brilliant. I have no idea how you did escape, but it's fine, you know, you don't do any harm, so that's fine. These people just walk straight through the benches. So yeah, at this point in time, obviously this game is mostly just a kind of proof of concept, if you will, as an alpha stage. So there's not lots going on here with realism. So otherwise I would have stopped our tour here and just re-recorded it, but I think, you know, it's fine. Excuse me, could you not go on top of the benches? Thank you so much. Yeah, we are here in the center of our zoo, the Lost World. You can see with the trailer here hanging on this cliff as our little, kind of reminiscent of the movie. I did some terraforming in the back. I haven't shown that in any of the episodes, just to give this a little bit more of a feeling. So we have the sky map, and then I decided to do some mountains over here, just so it fits in a lot better. Also on the right hand side, I'll show you later on a little flyover once we've done the tour. And so yeah, this is the center of the zoo, or the Prehistoric Kingdom, if you will. And this is the Microraptor house, very modern-esque, everything. And then we have like a little restaurant over here. You can see this is the T-Rex cafe, and we have an actual terrace over here. If you... Okay, excuse me, why did I just zoom up like that? I have no clue. And if we go over here, we have a wonderful view inside of the Edmontosaurus Habitat down here, which is leading all the way up here. You do actually have some more education boards everywhere, and it's really helping to sell the idea. And you can see the T-Rex cafe is going further. I tried to kind of mimic what you can see over here. And then obviously it would be lovely to just have like an opening here. That would be cool to just have that like a connection, and it would be really nice to be up. Oh, okay, I can't just zoom in there. This is why I'm just jumping up. Okay, well, that's why. It would be lovely to have like a no-clip option. But yeah, you can see the habitat is stretching out further. You can see a fellow over there in the background enjoying its habitat. And I think I love this view from above here. I love how the terrain worked together. It looks very natural, very nice in this little valley. And then you have the people coming around here enjoying the view. A bit of backstage area here, and it's kind of cool. I think it looks very lovely. And if we go out of here, we move on this hand side of this area towards a little restroom and information over here. If you need to pee, or if you need to have like a flyer or something, can grab it over here. Or you go to the left hand side and you have just another beautiful viewing of the Edmontosaurus. Actually, this one was featured in the first devlog after the alpha has been released. That was really cool. Loved seeing my stuff being used in the devlog. That was really cool. And yeah, you have this wonderful viewing to the upper area of the Edmontosaurus habitat. There's a little glimpse of the backstage kind of shelter in the back, but I try to hide it as best as possible. So if you stand over here, the palm tree even completely hides it away. And if we go to the right hand side, this is our first little glimpse into the name-giving habitat of our T-Rex. This is the Lost World habitat. We did actually do like a little cliff down here so that the people would have a secure view, and this is like the viewing area, including with some education talking point. As you can see, this is where like a staff member could be placed, has like a monitor here to see what he or she is talking about, and then you have these benches where you can sit down and have a wonderful view inside of the T-Rex habitat. There's one in the background, by the way, just standing up. Maybe it's moving towards us now. That would be cool to see. Look at that. Or is it going into the backside of the habitat? Because it's like a way bigger habitat right now, and it's looking a lot cooler than it used to be. So I did a lot of work off screen, so you guys have this better view of it. And if we go further, you can see we have a lot of nature over here. This is like really park-ish, you know, how you would see it from a theme park. This entrance has something from the original education center of the Jurassic Park film, but then you go up, and this is like another viewing area. You can go down here actually into another information building, and in here you have some secret glimpse into the Lambiosaurus Habitat. It's not really giving you too many views, but I wanted to have it a kind of secret views so that the animals are not obstructed by the people over here, so it's a bit more hidden. And the idea is that this is like a, you know, more like a little information area. You can sit down, take a rest over here, and you know, snack your stuff that you brought with you. And then over here you obviously have a way better view into the Nasutoceratops habitat, which I think is looking really cool. You have these bigger gates in the background, and they do have the bridge to walk over and then yeah, just into their central habitat. And I think, you know, this is where they actually escaped from. I've got no idea where exactly. Oop, there is an autosave. So yeah, I've got that one over here. You can see one moving in the water, and I think in general it looks kind of cool to have them also walking by there. Now, if we move forward, you can have another glimpse into this wonderful valley here, where you also have like a T-Rex. Look at that one down here running, storming into there. Into the water there. I think this view over here now really benefits from this mountain in the background and all of that. You know, I basically didn't have this view all the time because that is just kind of new, but it looks really cool, and it looks really the way I wanted it to look, and I'm quite happy with the mountain in the background. I would love to see some more background blurring in this game. Like at this point we can't get any field of view effects or like, you know, background blurring or stuff like that, but yeah. This one over here is my favorite now. This is the big alley, like the lovely boulevard, so to say, where you can move along. You get some different views here of the T-Rex habitat, and you can then also move. Where's the entrance, by the way? There you go. This is the entrance to the Lambiosaurus habitat, and this one you can see actually by moving into here, you can really feel the change of foliage, and everything looks a lot more spacious and open, and all these lakes over here giving you a lot more swampy appeal to it. And I think it really worked out well. You have got another education point over here, which you can use. The right hand side is all a bit more open. So let's first of all zoom over here to this viewing spot. So you can see there's the gate where the animals can be left in. You can see some glimpses of backstage, and you have all these Lambiosaurus moving in here, living in this habitat, chilling in the water. It seems like a hot day, so they need to cool off a little. I can definitely understand that, and they have all these pools to use. And yeah, if you go further over here, let's go back in here. You can also use this little shelter to get some snacks and stuff, or you use this balcony to get this beautiful view on this hand side of the area. I think this looks really cool because you get this view with the new mountain in the background, and it now ties in a lot better. It almost seems like they have this entire area available, even though there's a fence in there, but it almost hides away, which is kind of cool. And these animals have a lot of space to hide. Look at that one there in the background, where you can only see the head poking out of the water. That's so cool, even in the shade. But yeah, you can also move out of this little lock building and go to this arm over here to get an even better view of this area. Look at that. This looks so cool, also with the plants underneath the water line, and just like I really do like how this all came together. It's looking already pretty dope for an alpha, not gonna lie. It's looking really cool, and you can really tell that there is a lovely atmosphere going on, and I love how much of a difference it makes to really get some themed areas in. As you move out, this gets a lot more Hollywood-ish, back into Hollywood, so to say. And yeah, if we move over, we can just zoom a little bit forward, and then you can see over here to the right hand side, you can move into our, what is that? Actually, I don't know which habitat this one is, but let's first of all take this new bridge. This bridge is pretty new to you because this has never been shown. This is a new design, and I wanted to do something that is between Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. I think this bridge is a lot more Jurassic Park style inspired, and I'm really happy with how that turned out here with the steel mesh and stuff. You can look to the right hand side, or you can look to the left hand side so that people do not jump into it. I don't know. I don't know why they would, but you know, there's Rexy, by the way. Look at that. This one just over there in the background. Oh, I love that. And then I created a completely new viewing area over here. I made a lot more stuff in front. I imagined that there is some kind of electrified stuff in front of it so that the animals cannot go to the glass, because that would be easily destroyable by them. So the idea is that there is something in the ground to prevent these, you know, lovely creatures from getting here and destroying the view. But actually the people do have the view. And then if you go in here, I just connected all of that so it looks a lot better here with our shelter, but you can actually go and have this lovely view from this hand side of the habitat. So it's on the opposite side of the education spot, and then you can get some better glimpses of the animals up close if there were any, but there is none over here now. Not sure where they're moving around, but they're shy, you know. It should be a very cool thing if you have the chance to catch the tyrannosaurus, so that's really cool, and you don't want to see them all the time. But yeah, there's also like a big crest here, so that these animals cannot crush the windows, and that's the reason why. And now we can move back. I know, I mean, design wise it's not the most clever way to have it, because we have quite a lot of dead ends, but I wanted to make some themed areas, and for me it just kind of felt like the best way to do it that way. There's a fence missing. I don't know why. It shouldn't be. Anyways, that's a little security hazard, but you know, we're not talking about that right now. And yeah, let's continue moving around our little boulevard, getting a little more through the foliage. Gosh, look at that view. It just this gives me like Crisis 1 vibes over here. This looks like Crisis 1 did look. I mean, you know, the funny bit is Crisis 1 is like 2007, but the graphics were just astonishing, and now you have the same graphics in a management game. That's kind of crazy. And then you move over here, we have this raised up area, and we have all these lovely hanging bridges, and going into the, is this a, which Starakasaurus Habitat is this one? And if we go into that one, you can see you have a lot of these bridges. You can keep staying over here, have the lovely little bridge going over the river, and then you have these animals lovingly moving through the river, getting some water to their feet. Actually, I think it's really a hot day because so many animals are moving in the water. And some cool features is you can actually look through the bottom of the bridge here, and look at that view you get of this animal. Look at that. This is so cool. You can actually have like a wonderful view in here, and then you know, you can go to all the way to the back, and then you have this open plain field with the education spot, a lot of space. And there's somewhere in here also Tyrannosaurus Rex running around, because I thought that this would drag the people over, but as people told me, at this point the guest AI has no real, by the way, there's our Tyrannosaurus friend, has no real appeal or something. They just move around randomly in the park and trying to get everywhere where they can. So yeah, it didn't really matter if I put it in or not. I did put it in. I left it in now. But I think it's really turned out absolutely beautifully. So you can see there is one more moving around. Look at the views. I mean, you know, I think it's pretty cinematic. I think the zoo turned out, can we call it zoo? I don't know. But this area turned out really looking nice. You get a lot of ideas of what you could do in a later stage of this game. And yeah, just in general, I'm really pleased by how that all turned out. I'm just using the flyover mode now a little bit. Look at, oh my god, this looks so cool, by the way. Look at the boulevard. It looks so cool. I'm just generally happy with how that turned out. Not gonna lie, this is looking really, really fantastic. Anyways, I'm in my helicopter. Let's fly over the boulevard. Oh my god, look at that. You can do some really cool cinematics with that as well. But it's a little bit too cool. Oh no, if I hold down control, it's slower. Look at that. I could actually film some cool cinematics for that. But yeah, so this is the view from the boulevard, and then you have all of that going on. Really cool stuff, really cool stuff. Anyways, we do have one last area to go. Let's move through that area. I can move slower like that, but this is like super slow. I don't want that. This is the left hand side here. This is where you can cross. Okay, there's some foliage mistake. Oh, this is where they escaped, I guess. But yeah, oh, look at that. This is where they bugged through. Okay, never mind. But this is the bridge where you can move through, and then oh god, you have this insanely big reed over here. And then we come back to the main plaza as it is. So that is this area. That is this area. We have a lot of Nasutoceratops running around. Lovely, and I love it. I mean, again, they don't do any harm. And it's actually sad that people don't react to them right now, but that's fine. Let's move up and show you the whole park in its entire beauty from above. So this is how it all looks, and yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out. We do have some backstage over here. Like I put down some more buildings, made some solar panels over here, just to get a brief idea. I didn't put too many minutes into that. I just made it so that we have it. Also, there's a bit of a backstage that goes into nowhere, but you get the idea. And then I made these little hills. It's not even mountains. I made these hills. So as you can see, it's actually really taking the picture over here to make sure that what the guests can see looks good, and everything else is just like stopped here. You could technically connect that to the outside world, but whatever. This is what we want to see, and this looks good. This looks really phenomenal. It looks like really as if it is meant to be here. And yeah, that's all. Little small alpha park. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tour. I actually did enjoy building in this a lot, and I mean, we can all agree that there's a huge potential in this game, especially when it comes to being a sandbox game. I really do hope as well that they can pull off a good management aspect and a really good replayability, so to say, of the game. Because one thing I do notice, and you potentially have seen that from the tour, it's not as significant, but the performance is already pretty much down to 30 FPS by now. Which, it's not the biggest park, but it's also pretty cramped already. So it's okay, it's not bad. It's not bad for an alpha, but there has to be some improvement done in terms of, just performance, because my computer is quite beastie. So on lower end rigs, it should also be running a lot better later on. And so I'm quite happy to say that this is not the worst I could imagine for an alpha, but they definitely have to improve upon that. And everything else, like I mean, the models and stuff, we can all agree look fantastic. The sound is really cool, but there's a lot to come, and there's a lot to explore in later stages of this game. So again, I really hope you enjoyed today's tour of my Lost World park. Again, I am really happy with how it turned out, and I really would love to read in the comments what is your favorite habitat. Let's do a little quick flyover so you can have an idea what this is all about. So this is the Edmontosaurus Habitat, very much a beach-like habitat, if you will. Then, of course, we have the movie-inspired Lost World T-Rex Habitat, as you can see here, with the valley down here, and with this broken trailer scene. Then we also do have the Starakasaurus I think forest habitat with the hanging bridges and stuff. Then we do have the Lambiosaurus swamp area, and we do also have the Nasutoceratops bridge, and let's not forget about the Microraptor house. So I really would love to hear what's your favorite habitat of this entire zoo. And now I really hope you guys enjoyed my wonderful alpha series of the of Prehistoric Kingdom. Let's move on to many more of these things when the beta is going to launch, and until then, maybe I will have a one-off here and there, but until then, this is it for the Alpha series Lost World. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, everyone, and thank you so much for your ongoing support. I'd love to see you in the next one. Have a good one, and goodbye.